Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of SnowTown here in Cities Skylines, where guys, last episode, oh my goodness me, wasn't it a good one? We set up some new, we actually got some new mods that we incorporated into the game. We set up our little Central Park area. We added in our very own specialized industrial kind of zoning. And we got a few little brand new cul-de-sacs added in too, among many other things. Where today we're going to be continuing the expansions, and today I want to get in some of the train lines all set up and some more public transport. Now the train lines are going to be linking to the industrial areas. It's an easier way for them to start exporting the goods so we can get, you know, more money a whole lot quicker. And I want to incorporate as well a little bit more public transport within the region. Try and get a few more transport hubs set up and all that kind of jazz. It's gonna be pretty fun. Now, as you can tell, guys, it's getting dark. I thought I'd enable the day and night cycle today and see, you know, SnowTown in all its glory in the dark. Now, also, last episode, guys, I actually gave me some pretty sweet name suggestions too for some of these new regions. Apparently, I spelled Snowhattan wrong. It was meant to be after Manhattan. There's an A here, not an E. Damn Folio Seniac. We got Mistletoe Heights over here, which I've seen a really good one for this. Because it's like in the central part of this whole peninsula. To call it Ice Cube Central. Which I thought was actually a really good name. And then this one over here, Sunnyside Square. If I can pull it up once more, I can't remember who gave me the name suggestion for Ice Cube Central. And let me see if I can kind of quickly see it right now. Can I find it? It was, oh, Mehmet, if that's how I pronounce your name. Thank you, dude. Appreciate that one. And another one was, if I can find this next one, we had someone say Winterfell, you know, from like Game of Thrones. That's actually a really good idea. I like that one. But I seen it. It was a really, let me find it right now. Thundertown, Lightning Street. Oh my goodness me. Frozen Glades from Alternate. That was a good one. Frozen Glades. I like that. And that's what we're going to rename this area to. Frozen Glades. That's our new little region here. So if I do make any new regions in this episode, guys, and please make sure you give me some snow-based themed name suggestions in the comment section down below. Now, it is currently nighttime. Right now. Everyone is sleeping. Good night, everybody. Good night. Good night. And it actually looks quite glorious in the nighttime with all the lights, with the white snow. It does look pretty good, doesn't it? So what are we going to be doing first then? Well, we're going to be setting up train lines from each of the export areas by the oil industry and for the forest industry over here, and bring train lines and kind of cargo stations a little bit more central to the actual industry area. So they haven't got to drive all the way down, thus hopefully reducing some of the traffic, and then we can export a whole lot quicker and make a whole lot money quicker, because we are losing quite a bit of money, and that's because we have been spending it left, right and center to get things up and running. So if we take a look at it, how much we are making a week versus how much we're losing a week, $250,000 we're making. That's a lot of money, but we need to make a lot of money. Now, a lot of it, 40,000 of it, is coming from the roads. I think that is our biggest expense at the minute. Yes it is. Which I'm not surprised at the amount of freaking highways your boys built recently. Now, our ore industry does have a very loose setup over here for the cargo train terminal. And the industrial area that we built over here also has a cargo train terminal, which means that the traffic leading to the export area over here, if you just kind of watch the junction, there ain't much going on, boys. There ain't much going on, and that is literally down to the fact that we hooked up those cargo lines. So let's start with those first, and I think we'll start with the forest industry to begin with. And I'm actually liking how dark it is. It looks really cool, doesn't it? So, right. What I'm thinking is I'm going to extend this forest industry going all the way up anyway. So if I put it here, eventually it's not going to be centralized. So I feel like I need to place it around this spot. So when we do some expansions, then the train station is fully centralized, which will be quite handy. So what we'll do is we'll get the general road here, the industrial road, and I'll extend this. So we've gone across by 60. So if I go across by another 60, and then bring this industrial road connecting further over, So we get it all nicely set up and ready to rock and roll on this side. And then we'll place down then our cargo train terminal about here. Double check it's got the water. No, not yet. It's going to need the power, obviously. So we'll grab some power from over this side. And then we're going to run the train network to it. So it's got everything it needs. And we've got to bring it pretty much to over here. So what we do is make the train track go up and across this way. Kind of bend over, cut through the mountainous area section there. There's a couple of mountains here, a few mountains there. Cut through like the power lines do, all the way over to this area, which should be pretty good. So we should get this rocking and rolling. Hopefully it becomes daytime soon, because as cool as this is, it's very dark. It's very dark right now. So let me elevate this then up by 10. Right, and then we'll first build the crossover for the road just here. There we go. It's very, very difficult to see, but the crossover happens just there, and then we can build from this. So if I go across by 24 here and bring it right down to the ground, hopefully it's a nice gradual process there. And then how would this look? So if I went for a... Oh, that's going to be really difficult to try and do this now, isn't it? A 12? Right, hold on. 12 by 12. Let me pause it. And then to pretty much go straight there. I've knocked out some of the power grid here. There we go. I really do need to be daytime, don't I? Should we turn the day and night cycle off for just a second? Oh, damn, folio. See, as cool as it is, it gets really, really difficult to kind of see what's going down, doesn't it? Right, there we go. We can see a little bit better right now what's happening. And let's just sort out the elevation change here of this. So if I select there, there, and there, and then we slope those angles. There we go. So it's a gradual incline up to the bridge. This comes down and bends round pretty nice. So no dramas, nothing stressful happening there. Sweet, mate. And then we've got to bring it back down to earth with the train tracks right now. Oh, hang on. Hold on. There we go. So we'll bring it down here, back down to earth, to 0. There we go. And then do the same thing on this side then. So make it a gradual incline up and down for this side. There we go. So it all looks beautiful. Nice. No dramas. That's what I like. That's what I like. Now it's going to be kind of a little bit windy and bendy. Not much of a straight... Even though I could probably get away with a straight line, that's not how I want it to kind of work. So we'll kind of run it along with the power lines. I think that would be pretty cool to see how that flows. And then we have where the mountain kind of comes into play slightly. So where are we going? We're going all the way up to here. So we'll keep it going. Oh, you damn fool. I was trying to click then. And then we'll start the turn. Bring it up a bit more. Oh, what happened there? Start the turn there. So a 6 by 6, and then we connect it. So nothing too crazy. Very, very simple, very, very basic. Switches up and over and under on the power line grid. Should do a pretty good job right now of getting the goods to where we need to get it to go. So cargo train terminal, just double check it is an actual cargo train terminal and not an actual train station. I've done that in the past. So it's a little bit out of the way for this one, but when we eventually keep extending it further up, it will be very, very centralized. And it's right near the production buildings there as well. So that'd be quite cool for it to be used then. And it might bring in some imports too. You just never know. You never know. So I feel like this one's still going to be heavily used in terms of vehicles, because these guys around here are not going to drive all the way up to there to export. It's quicker than to go that way, which is good because it reduces the amount of traffic on the streets, which is going to be handy. And let's take a look at the oil industry one now. Now this one's going to be a little bit different because it's going to come up and we're going to bend it across here, and I'm going to need to elevate it slightly over all the roads because I want to put it on the back side of it over here. Now the production buildings are over here right now. No, that's storage, sorry. Production buildings, there's one of them. No, that's a geothermal plant. Hold on, where's our production buildings? Are these them? Aha, yes. Okay, so it does make sense to place it over on this side. So cargo train terminal. We have to pause. We have to get rid of these real quick. I build this whole section right now while being paused. So place this here. And what we're going to have to do is you have to kind of bring it up, elevate it, turn it to follow this down to go back around and down. Sounds simple, right? Sounds so simple. Right, elevate it by 10. Now, do I make it go over? Because we have a subway stop here. Do I make it elevate over the subway stop? Could that be a cool little feature? I think it could. And if I delete back a bit there. And bring this to here. Actually, bring it to there. And at this point, we'll go up to 10. And then I do an 8. Oh, an 8 by 8 is up to there. So bring this down just to here. So it becomes an 8 by 10. So that's an 8. Right, I'm trying to get it bending from this way. So a 10. Yeah, it's not going to be perfect. Okay, we'll delete this. We got this. We've got this, boys. Don't worry. So a 10 by 10. And then straight down. And then we'll just sort out the elevation changes right now. So take it from there to there. Okay, can't go any further. Slope it quite nice there. It's glorious, mate. It's freaking glorious. Chugs quite along right now. So back up to here. And do I keep the whole thing elevated? I'm going to keep the whole thing elevated. Because if I choose to build anything over here, the roads can go under the train tracks. Which that makes sense, doesn't it? And right. So my option now is I can either run this literally across the water, or I reclaim a bit of the land to make this quite flush with this area. Options, mate, options. I feel like I'm going to reclaim some of the land. Now, we're getting flashbacks already. Right, I'm probably going to key wall it. Alright, push that out. So it's like a gradual thing. And should we drop in a little bit of a key wall? Yeah, I think so. We're going to have to anarchy this as well. So if I bring that to there. And turn that in like that. Nah. If I bend that round like that then. So at least I get like a nice solid platform to work with. And then the train track, which again is going to be anarchied, is going to run. How is this going to run? Right, this is going to be really interesting to see how this kind of plays out. Right, okay. Okay. And if I align that to the height of, say, this, so it comes down, I'll bring this down itself. So it's just slightly above the key wall. And that whole point there was to get it to run alongside this. So if I take this bit here and just run that to there. So why has it done that? Let me delete. It's elevating itself up, isn't it? Oh, it's slightly lower. Oh, apologies. I thought it was slightly higher. Okay, so what I'm going to do anyway is get this to, so a 7 by 7. So I've got some solid little bends going on. And then I want to be able to get this connected. So I don't know what kind of angles we're looking at here. 11 by 9. Right, we'll roll with that. We'll roll with that right now. And I think I want to elevate this bit of the track there to here. So then if I select that, and that, and then we'll slope it from there. So it gradually comes down from that point, bends around, and it hits the ground running over to here. That's actually pretty cool. I like that connection. Simplistic, but it kind of keeps us quite open. And then I can eventually extend it a bit more to incorporate with this industrial area, another export section 2. So let me first get set up then the power of what I've now... Okay, actually we don't need these power lines here. But these power lines can now come to there. These power lines here can just go to there. And then we're all good. Back into play mode. Right, sweet. That's now set up then. That looks really, really, really good. Oh, we got the water flooding a bit there. Whoopsie. It should be okay. It should be okay. And I'm going to change this bit of track. There we go. That's better. That's better. Right, I like it. I like it. So it won't be too long then before we do start seeing trains using these. And because we have an industrial area just here, it would be good for these guys to also have a train line connection like that. So if I pushed it, again, if I pause and let me delete this. Right, and then drop that in as close to the edge as possible, so it gives me a decent enough run. How does that look if I kind of slightly almost merge it underneath the train track? Can I unhook it? I can. To then go on to delete it. I don't know why. So I can maybe have it start there. Would that still work? Do you know what? No. I just realised why it won't work. Because I put the entrance on a junction. That's why it won't work. So maybe I pull it here instead. Right. So it comes off this main little drag there. So if you're coming down, you can still turn left and get in. And then it puts the export area a little bit further. Is that too close for the export area, do you reckon? Or do you reckon I should have like its own little section? Because I could elevate the train tracks to run parallel with this, go past there, and then maybe have an export area over here. Because to get to over there, it's their closest one, they can either drive through here, drive all the way down, then go up and around. Or they could just drop it off. Yeah, I'm going to do it over here instead, guys. I'm going to do it over here. Right, so... Where is the... Okay, the road is here. Is it a normal road? It is a normal road, isn't it? Yeah. Gonna... Right, let's connect it straight up to there. Is 40 there. And if I do the same, very similar setup that I've got on the go right now. But the difference is I'm dropping in this. And we'll pull it here. Putting it there. Meaning getting rid of this one. So if I dropped it there. It's closer than that export area over here. Now, do you know what? I don't like it there. If I extended this road a bit more further down. Because I can eventually connect up to there, and then I pull it here instead. Yeah, that's the way to go forward with it. So it's still slightly out of the way. It serves a purpose for all this area too. So, you know, you'll get some benefit from it on that side. And again, it's still closer than the export area over here is. So what I gotta do here is if I bring this directly over but then elevate it up to 10. Right, I can sort out the elevation change myself. Right, I'm gonna pause. Where does that run to? So I've got to get it to slightly turn as well. Why can't I bend it so freely here? Alright, delete all these power lines. Power lines are in my way. Get out of here, boy. Alright, start here. I'm going to run this down to there. And then from that point to there is where we need to create our little bend. So a 10 by 10. That is a perfect bend going through at this point, which I like. So if I then bring that down a bit there, can I... Right, you can't select that, but can I incorporate that in? No, you can't really incorporate that in, but we'll go with that elevation change, looking good. Continue bringing this down, bring it to here, where that bend will then take place. And then if I can pick from this point to go across to 12 by 12 bend. Even though it's got to go over in that direction, I don't know why I'm bending it here. I could still have it. Pushing over to here, so we go over by 20. And I can have this kind of running down. 17 by 17. And that run there. I've got to set up the angles, the slopes. 7 by 7 to there. So how is that then? So that's still stays at the same elevation, which is what we need. Is this we then sort this out? So if I take it from here and we go for a long-winded incline. There we go. Works out pretty well. And then we just make sure that the electricity grid is all going to be connected still. And where else does it mess up? So it is technically connected over there. We have nothing electrical connecting here, which I've got to kind of merge it in very awkwardly. So I'm just doing that for now, guys, until we're up and running. Just bear with me on that front. That's all good. I can run this up for now to connect those guys up. And then we're all back up and running, right? I think so. So power there, power there, power there. Pipes there, pipes there, pipes there. And then, oh, there's a train. There we go. Oil train. Dropping off oil. Yay. So that's beneficial then. We're actually using it. So we should see a reduced amount of traffic over here. The fact that I now have this over here means that we might see a lot of boats coming to over here now. To drop off and export the goods, a train will go through here, get off there, and then, distribute goods. We're kind of all done then, aren't we? We'll see what happens now with this. See where it progresses. Let me just get rid of this for a second. Yeah, like I said, we've already got trains pushing our way over. And we should see what actually happens then if they, do utilize this. We might start to see a larger demand of traffic on this road. Which means then I might have to then take a look at connecting it up to over here so we can alleviate that junction slightly and incorporate vehicles on this junction and whatnot. But we'll see what happens. We don't know until it actually happens right in front of us. And I might as well. So that's 40. Was that 40? Yeah. I might as well kind of connect just there And will that come up by 40, or is that a little bit... No, actually will work as well. Go up to there. So I've got the outer skeleton of that area set up. So it should be all good. It should be all good, boys. Right, any trains come through yet? Right, there's a train now leading back out. Now that has freight on it, as you can now see. So that should not be going to here, because there's no point of it. If it does, I'll be heavily surprised. And it's passing. Well, okay, it did go here. So, okay, I'm surprised. Maybe that was already. Then again, you got to think you got to take a while for trains to get over here. Is that another freight one? It's got some freight on. So see how it rock and rolls. And that's going to stop there. Does it go anywhere else after, or does it literally stop in there and then? Like, okay, there we go. Weirdly, it took the freight off there, and now it's taking the oil over here. Again, that don't make much sense. But if that's what the game wants to do, that is what the game wants to do right now. Right, move it to come in. Come on, choo-choo. Choo-choo over here. And then it'll drop the goods off. So where are you actually heading this vehicle? Directly there. Okay. So see what I mean? It is quite beneficial. It is quite beneficial. How do I get out of this view? There we go. So before, when I was just getting off here and then driving all the way around, now it makes this road a little bit more quieter. Sweet. So now some time has passed then. How is it going over here then? Have we seen any vehicles using this? That's coming. Yep, there's a couple of vehicles coming up right now. So all of these driving up here are going to be using it. Any trains coming through the mix just yet? So I'm not sure if we're going to see... I'm not sure if we can actually see any trains go down here, because I don't know if there's any, if it's beneficial to export anything over here at the minute. I'm not 100% sure on that. But it'd be nice to see an actual train leave this area. So I don't know how long we have to wait before it kind of is all filled up. We just have to play the kind of the waiting game, don't we? We do. But that's pretty sweet though. We've got those train lines now all hooked up. So while they work all their magic and do what they need to do, I want to take a look at some other different public transport methods then. So we did set up a few episodes back. Where is it? It was just over here, wasn't it? This little transport hub here, the bus metro hub. And that's because I mainly wanted to use it for the 2 crossing subway lines. Now, perfect, wonderful, does exactly what I need it to do. But the only thing we haven't utilised from it is the fact that we can legit have buses coming in and out of here. Now, if you think about it, I'm not going to add too many bus routes, but if I added in a couple, I can get them to, you know, various places and whatnot to kind of then incorporate traffic over here. So I don't want loads, you know what I mean? I don't want loads of buses, because it will take away from all the other little routes. But if I drop down, do we have a bus? Do we have any bus thingies? I'll soon know by this. No, we don't. Don't have any bus depots, so let's get one down. Now, do I go for a biofuel one? Costs us more money to run, I think. Yeah. But the noise pollution is half. Now, is that really going to make much difference? Probably not. Probably not. And where should I get the bus depot set up? That's another tough one, isn't it? I got to find like a decent place for it. So why don't I incorporate it by the industrial area? We have the tram depot set up over here. So I'm going to squeeze the bus depot in right behind our little subway stop there. There we go. And what is all this? Is this the intercity kind of bus terminal? Yeah. Right, bus routes then. So what we'll do is I'll set up 2 bus routes to begin with and see how they get incorporated in. So what we'll do then is we'll create one that goes through Frozen Glades area here, up here to Ice Cube Central, and then come back down back to the hub. I'll then set up one that kind of goes through our industrial area onto our utility island and then back through and down again. And I could maybe actually get a third one in that kind of goes around into our university area. And then comes back again. Yeah. Got a good couple of options I could do there. So if you zoom into it, you got like different stages in which you can start one on. So if I start from the very outer edge and go there, and then we will bring it out, and we'll make this one go to our industrial area first. So say it kind of, right, it's got to come down this way, doesn't it? Yeah. Can I make it go up here? No, it has to go around. Okay, maybe I don't start it there. What if I start at the very top? Aha, okay, if I start at the very top then. No, it still has to filtrate in this, go in this direction. Awkwardly, but that's fine. So if I have it stop, then our first stop be here by the park area. We'll then bring it and make it stop just here. We'll bring it over to our utility island and then make it stop. Because these are for our workers. Stop then potentially here. Then we'll bring it back to stop just there. So it's quite wide spaces and gaps we're kind of doing with these bus routes. So I'm not sure how much it's going to benefit people in general, but we'll see. And then this one can stop just there. And then that can go and start. I should really be complementing them to the other route, shouldn't I? Right, let me start this one again, because I feel like this is going to be a bit pointless. This whole route. I really do feel that. So get rid of that there then. So let's start again then. So I'll have one stop here to complement the tram route there. Then I will come in again and have one stop just here for the park. So like normal. I'll have one then stop just after the monorail stop there to utilize that transfer over at that point. We'll come in for a stop just, now pull it a little bit further up for the traffic. Now we'll throw it in here for the crossover on the subway stop. Then I'll bring one in, let's say just, actually if I cancel that one and place this one here instead, that kind of incorporates the subway stop and the tram stop. Then we'll come in and place one here for the utility island. Heading back out. I'll do one, so I can either go straight across that way. Yeah, we'll do one. We'll go up this way. We'll use this road anyway, so I'll do one just here. And then we'll have a stop just there. And then it's either going down the main boulevard straight, which I can have a stop just here, which incorporates the tram stop over there, the subway stop just here, and then back in. Just a simple basic loop going around that cuts through a load of different areas. So it's a little bit challenging at times, but that one should do the job. Then the next line, we're having pretty much go this way. So if I add in a stop, we're going to stop there, and if I add one in just here to incorporate the transfer for the monorail and the tram line, right, bring it down, and we'll bring it into having a stop here at the crossover of the two metro lines there. We'll then bring this down to, should I make it, like, I don't want to make it go through the Manhattan area. Although I could, but does that become a long-winded bus route? It does, yeah. So we'll make it go, stop there. It can then stop here. And then the next one can stop. Yeah, stop here. On that side just there. Tear through the middle, stop here. So we've got these radiuses around these stops. we'll have this next one stop just there. And then we'll have this one stop here as well, at the same stop, before ending here. So it's a little bit difficult when you place these bus routes in, considering that I have all these other networks added in. I'm just trying to find something that, one, complements, and it also has a hint of its own route, so we can get some people using it. So we have 4,300 in total users. And then we're going to have one now on the third section that is going to go directly, right, I got to do this the right way, directly to our university area. So that comes out there. If I also make it stop at the same stop just here, but then I make it progress up in this direction. So across over there, I have 2 bus routes. As then this then stops outside the ferry line, which again will make it quite beneficial. And then we have a stop just here, a stop just there, stop just there, a stop just there. Right, and then I've got the option to make it sliver back in the same direction, so it's a simple back and forth, or come down there and go that direction. Now, that's pointless. We'll make it do a back and forth. So then it stops at the same stops on the opposite side of the road. So it almost borderline creates its own loop, if that makes sense. Alright, just there. Have this one there. And then bam. Right, 3 bus routes set up, and we'll see what we get out of those as time goes on. Okay, we'll see what we get out of as time goes on. It just complements, and it basically complements the current routes, but also has a hint of its own route, its own demand it can be used. So we could benefit on different areas, like different scales. So we'll just see what happens. We'll just see what happens on that kind of front, which is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. Now, I did think about using passenger train lines, and I don't think I should use it as a network that kind of connects up the whole city. It should be something that kind of is used in maybe one small little area. I'm still not 100% on where we could potentially use that yet. So we'll just kind of keep it going for now. Now, can we do a bus route over here? I don't think so just yet, but what I do want to get set up is some more structural layout, because we haven't really worked much on this area at the minute. So it'll be nice to incorporate some more stuff moving forward. So why don't I look at the tram line? Let's say, because I've got 2 tram loops here. Let's say I added in a third one that connected and used both of the lines. So if I use this road here that bent up, and then somehow creating another loop around this area, how would that work? So I think what we could do is we got to look at places. I don't want to use it on the same line as the monorail. But if I use this road here, cutting through, maybe connected up, bent down there, then that creates the U shape here, where that would then come around, and then come down there to come down. Yeah, that would actually work. So if I set up that loop, and then we can then base the rest of our structure of our roads off that. So if that came across there, yeah, it's not really going to work too much. Let me turn the anarchy off. And where is that 10 mark? Right, if we go for that for now, and that is where this road is going to connect up to there. So if I bring that out by 20, bring this out by 10, and then where does that bend take place? Where is that? It's actually a little bit difficult to see where it actually happens. It's actually there. So 12 by 12. It's weird how it wasn't like popping up. Makes that straight road over there where these 2 roads bend parallel, which will then run straight up, which is going to be quite cool. And then we need a road here that continues to go in that direction, but it's going to turn and go up. Maybe we actually connect it up to this entry point here. This road. So I bring that to there, where these two roads here connect. And then we do something to get that connected in. So a 15 by 15 would get that area here connected there, which again is more little quick linking routes to different areas, which is pretty sweet. We're getting it all intertwined and connected. It's actually quite nice. I'm liking this already. I'm liking how this is now getting set up already. Which from the get-go, from this point of view, the third line can run parallel with these two lines. So the third line is connected up to these two lines. I like how these two are connected. But it will turn here, go up, turn there, running down here. And then we just got to get something that connects round and round. So if I'm going to move those, but if I use the roads that I know where the tram line is going to be connected to push up in that way, and then we'll get them connected up. So pause. Just delete these real quick. How much water have I got left? Doesn't take too much away, does it? That's heating. Water availability, no. Okay, no it doesn't. So then these are going to come around and connect up themselves. But we need to make sure that they are also being utilized elsewhere. So if that does go up to there and bend round and up, again it services all this area. The subway line will continue. Oh, that's a good shout. We could get the subway line here to extend and then stop at the ferry line. And then there'll be a distance between the tram line anyway, so it's not going to be running up the same parallel. Oh, that's good. That's real good right now. Right. Bring that... Actually, before I do that, where do these 2 points here? If I bring this down by 20, 33 there. And where does this go? So we brought that to 35 there. 7. Okay, it's as good as we're going to get that, maybe. Well, that runs to that extent. Then the 20 mark here is there, but how close is that going to be? Like that. Because what I'm going to do is get rid of this. Get rid of that. We have to anarchy it through that little area. So it runs parallel with that road. It runs parallel with the straight sections. That's what it's pretty much doing there. And then where does it connect up to this bit? So anarchy's off still, yeah. So if I got this road here to be what eventually intertwines and bends into this. Ten by 10. What goes into there? And then that road there will kind of collectively connect to it. It's just finding a decent connection point. And we'll go for that there. So then 13 by... Oh, it's going to be a 10 by 10 bend. No, actually it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. So again, 13 by... Okay, we'll go to the full 14. So it gets a little bit funky, doesn't it, actually, the more I think about it. The shapes just don't feel right on this section. But then we are moving away from the grid kind of vibe, aren't we? We are. And if I look towards setting up our parallel connections like this, so we got these little areas to work with. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work on there. So what if that... Well, let me delete this. Now, what if this... The bend there ends at this point. What if this... 20 by 20 connected up to there instead? I don't actually know how this is going to work up here, and I might even change how that road, the 4-lane road, actually bends around. And how does that connect it? It doesn't really connect in, does it? Now what if I anarchied it? So it kept its straight line. There is a slight bend as well, isn't there, on this road? Right, delete that back a bit. Yeah, there is definitely a slight little bend, isn't there? I think it comes from that little bit of road. Right, that's straight there. If I just come out by 5, so it keeps that momentum. And that's the 9 there. Alright, that keeps the road bending round. I'm trying to, like, you know, step away in some areas from the grid. And if that then... Turn the anarchy off there, unless I can pass this through. Yeah, I can pass this through. Alright, so there. Delete, delete. That bin's in there, so that's another flow-through road. I'm not sold on these grid sections, so what I'll do... I'll delete these for now. Because I'm not 100% what I'm going to be doing in that area, so I might as well just keep it open for now. But at least we've got a plan for the tram lines anyway. And then whatever the tram lines do after that point is entirely up to them. So we need to go to the trams, go to the trams. Where is the tram? Look at 304 people using the buses, so that was beneficial. Trams here. We need to upgrade the road to the tram road. So just to there. I should have built it with a tram road anyway, shouldn't I? There we go, there we go, there we go. And then this, would it destroy any buildings? I don't think it would. There we go. Goes directly up to here. Straight down here. There we go. So, looking at it now then, so the lighter pink is where the next one goes. So all 3 of these tram lines, no matter which one you get on, you can get on to the other 2, if that makes sense. They're all intertwined and connected, and they're connected to the most important parts as well. The subway metro line here will eventually go up to the ferry stop there, which is a really good connection as well. And it could actually continue going round on this side. So whereas the tram line is the inner loop, the subway line could be the outer loop that goes up to the ski resort, which is still going to fix that. That eventually comes down to the ore industry, bends back around, and then finish up here. So it does a big full 360 loop there. And then the center metro line here will then go up here and then follow the highway running all the way up to the top of that peninsula in that direction as well. But let me get this set up anyway. So I don't exactly know where all the stops are going to go, and they will consistently keep changing as time goes on. But if I start with one over on this side, and we're just going to add it in every so often because I don't exactly know where the road connection layouts are going to go. But if I do it like this, and at least we have something in pencil set up. So follow the same stops that we have for the other loops. So, you know, passengers are using the same connection, same stops to switch to a different connection. There we go. There we go. There's actually quite a lot of stops on that one, isn't there? And then we do the exact same thing now heading back round. So we have a double loop system on the same line. That's what we've been getting down everywhere else. And if... Do you know what is really weird as well? Only recently did the subway line overtake the metro, the tram line, sorry. And now, boys, now it's going to flip back on its head again. The tram line is going to take over. Alright, keep it going, keep it going. Right there, there, there. There. And they're done. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Get out of here, boy. So the tram lines are now, you know, all three of them are connected up, which is glorious. And what cuts through them? You have a monorail cutting through there. You have the subway line cutting through as well. And we'll have other forms of public transport cutting through as well. That subway line cutting through up there, that direction. I'm going to add that stop in for the metro, which I think will be quite handy. So add it in on the ground there. Anarchy's turned off, which is really important. So bring that all the way down to here. And let's get it connected like that, nice and simple. And then we'll extend that stop to over there. What do you mean cannot find path? Boy, don't even lie to me right now. What's going on? What do you mean you cannot find path? Don't lie to me, game. You can work. Apparently you cannot find the path. How low? How low is that monorail, that subway line? Minus 72. Is that right? Is that right to be so low? I don't know if it is or not. I'm going to delete that real quick. And then just to put it back in again. Is that right to be so low? I don't know what's happened for it to be... I never put it at minus 70 odd. So before anyone asks, it was not me. I couldn't tell you why it's done that. I could not tell you why it's done that right now. Right, just wait for it to update, and I'm hoping that it should work. Let's give it a minute or two. That's so weird. How it's dropped down so freaking low. There's people are using it anyway. I don't know how they're able to. That's a lot of stairs they've got to climb. It's a lot of stairs they've got to climb. Right, there we go. So I did affect it. I don't know why it's so low. I honestly don't know. Is there people still using it? I like to think there is. I don't see anybody walking down to this one. Do we have another issue on our hands? Right, I'm waiting for a train to go that way. This, we've 100% got people using this one. Where is the subway train? It's all the way over here. It's going to take a while. But yeah, that is all now connected. While we wait then, we might as well get set up the path. Alright, let me get back up to normal size. I've got to fix that. 100% I've got to fix that issue. It's a freaking weird issue, isn't it? Right, if I do that there, and then what would be cool then is to add a little crossing in. Oh, wrong button. A little bit off-centered. But there we go, we can push it up. That's cool, man. That's really cool. Right. Are they using this one or is this one broke? Because it seems to be really, really low down. Did that metro train make its way over here? I honestly don't know how that's happened. I honestly don't know. There's a metro on its way right now. Either no one's using this one because they're enjoying the tram lines, or it's fully broken. It's one or the other. Wait, where did that metro train go? Oh, it's right here. So let me see what it does next then. Because if that's broke, I'm going to have to fix it. Right, it's on the way. So it should get over here. Which there's no one really waiting on the other side of the train tracks. But people do get off it. Right, people do get off it. Okay, okay. And then now it's heading over in this direction, but there is nobody, and I mean nobody currently waiting. I'm going to have to do something here, aren't I? We have an issue. So, yeah, right, pause. I'm going to delete it to replace it back in. And then I've got to delete somehow that to then connect it like that. It's very awkward how I'm then reconnecting it, but it's what I've got to do to not place it all back down. Right there. Right, I think that's working. And then bam, there to there, it connects. And I'm not doing it by anarchy, so it's all connecting up just fine. Right, slope is too steep still. There we go. That one's really low down here as well. Let's get that one fixed. I can't believe it's done this. I have no idea why it would have done that as well, because like I said, I never built it that way. Alright, just have to delete that building for the sake of it. Right, back into play mode then. So, I'm hoping it just auto updates the routes. That's what I'm hoping. because the stations are literally in the same place. So I give it a moment or two. Like, they're complaining over here, but they're in the same place. Just got to give it a minute while it kind of figures out what's going on. It's so weird how that's so low. Honestly, I don't get it. I'm baffled. I'm honestly baffled. But what we've learned from this, though, is I don't think anyone's using this stop. I honestly don't think they are. Now, I don't think it is going to actually auto-update because of how low that stuff is. So, easiest thing to do, I take it it'll be monorail 1, right? Yeah. We're going to delete the line. And we're going to add it in again. So, a little bit of an issue. But that's okay. Nothing we can't fix. Back up to there. I'd like to know what made it go like that. Was there a bug? Because I don't remember placing it so low like that. Right, there we go. That's all done then. That's all done, mate. Look at nearly 400 people using the buses. So that's beneficial. Anyway, right. That subway line now extends and continues. So we have some additional benefit from it. So it's pretty exciting. So, got some good stuff now set up then, guys. We got the train lines all up and running. Train lines all up and running for bringing the goods and exporting the goods in, especially for this side, for the oil industry, and for whatever we use over here, whatever it brings in. It benefits the commercial, that kind of does as well. We have it set up here, which I'm still yet to see a train come out, but it's not until I fully extend the forest industry a little bit further up we're really going to see some benefits coming from that. And potentially put some more production buildings up and around in this area. But vehicles are using it. They are driving up to it anyway. So that's going to be good for those guys. It really, really is. We got in the new bus routes, which I'm quite excited about them. We have... See if I can spot where I did place them. We've got one directly outside the subway stop over there. And did I get a couple up and around here? We've got one just there. There's a couple of people waiting here. We got one just there. A couple of people waiting there. One just there. A few people waiting there. Mainly I'm excited about the ones on the actual University Island. Because we don't really have, apart from that one subway stop and that one monorail stop, we don't really have any transport over here, do we? So at least we've now got something. Stop just there. It probably is going to be causing a little bit of traffic, but that's okay. So there is some benefit for those. I like how these are also close to the two crossover paths. So if you wanted to hop on the bus and get where you need to get to, it's a whole lot easier right now. It's pretty good. So we see how that keeps ticking along. We have one on the utility island, which is this dude about to wait for a bus. So it shows you, yeah, it does bring the workers over here. A few workers get enough, so that makes a lot of sense to have one there as well. To the point where we're now getting over 400 people using the buses. Got this set up too, which makes this ferry line now a little bit more important. Because the subway stop is connected directly to it. Which, where is there a boat? We only have one boat going to and from. I might need to re-look at this at some point to potentially get in a secondary boat. But is this boat filled up anyway? Yeah, it's filled to the max, so I might need to get an additional boat on the go. Especially with the amount of people are now bringing over via the subway line. So that makes this a little bit more important. Is that going back full? No, it doesn't go back full, but next time it comes back, there's definitely a lot of people then waiting. Makes this route now more beneficial. So it is actually quite exciting, isn't it? I wonder if any people get off at the tram stop. Yes. Okay, that's another important one too. So they'll go off the ferry stop here or the subway stop or whatever it may be, walk over to here to get onto the tram line to connect over. So I've made that ferry stop now a lot more efficient with the two transport loops. It's pretty cool. Hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, smash that like button down below. And guys, until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye. Ooh,